Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are on day 20. We've only got 10 more days after today. Aren't you guys excited? I know I am. It has been a challenge. It's been challenging the first time. It's been challenging the second time. So I know you guys are experiencing challenges, but that is the beauty of these. That's why it's called a 30-day challenge. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to challenge you in ways that you didn't know before. So if this is resonating with you guys, hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure you guys subscribe so you always know when the next video does come out. Just for ease and convenience, I am posting them every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can definitely check out when that time is for you. Let's see what else. Before we get started, I wanted to mention something today. I had two little friends come and visit me this morning. I was actually really shocked. I started hearing this noise and I was like, what is that? And the dog started going crazy and I was like, sounds like a little kitten. And I kept hearing it and I kept hearing it and I kept hearing it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, sounds like it's right next to the house here, right outside the door. And I opened the door and two little kittens are right there. There's a little orange one and a little gray one with bright blue eyes. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, oh, hello. And they're very young. And I heard the other day that one of the mother cats got hit by a car out here. So I'm not sure what's going on. So I gave them some water and a little bit of food. And everybody's like, don't feed the strays. They'll never leave you alone. But the park here is trying to collect all the kittens so that they can get them adopted out, and they are so cute. And so I've been giving them a little bit of food and fresh water. I made sure that they have fresh water outside, and they've been meowing all day. And it's just kind of strange to me, like this. It's not really strange, it's just this coincidence how Source works. If you guys have been with me on my journey, you know that I have an animal deck that I use for oracles, and it is connected to one of the cats in there. It's connected to the goddess Bastet, and it's not to get into the mythology of it or anything like that, but cats are connected to our intuitive eye. And today is the third eye chakra, and I thought that that was so fitting that Source would send these two beautiful kittens on the day that we're doing the third eye chakra, and just knowing that we're doing the right thing and you're listening to your intuition to keep showing up, to keep doing this just one more day, right? Excuse me, guys. Chew. Pardon me. Wow. So yeah, I thought that I would share that because it was so cute and so amazing. And comment down below. Let me know how you guys are going, how you're doing. If you're struggling, know that you are not alone, okay? Today was a little bit difficult for me. I do find that the higher realm chakras kind of make me feel a little bit disoriented. And that's okay. That's a good aspect. It's a good sign that you're doing healing work in these chakras. And that's why it is set up this way. But just know, if you guys are struggling at any part on this journey, you are not alone, okay? We're all going to be experiencing something different, but I do feel like we all are going to experience some sort of struggles. So let's get into it today, guys. Healing with yoga and mudra. So we're still in the yoga and mudra of things, but we are getting to the end. Tomorrow will be the last day with yoga, and we will move on to something new, and I'm excited about next week already. So let's talk about yoga poses for the third eye chakra. We're going just over some simple ones today. I'm actually going to bring in a very restorative pose that I'm going to talk about. And the reason being is because we have talked about some super active poses so far. So I want to kind of scale it back a little bit and show that there are benefits from doing the resting poses as well. So you have downward dog with the support of a block where you put your third eye on the block. Child's pose, lotus pose, humble warrior, bow pose, plow pose, revolved half moon, standing splits, and standing forward bend. Today we're going to talk about child's pose. I think everybody is pretty familiar with this. If you're not, again, I am going to make sure I include pictures on all of these videos for you guys so you know what the pose is when we're talking about it. So child's pose is a forward bend, and it is deeply relaxing, and it is a restful posture for many. Okay, I know it is for me. I get up in the morning and I actually go into child's pose before I ever get out of bed. And it just helps me get ready for my day. It really does. It provides a deep but gentle stretch for the back muscles, and it helps with calming both body and mind. With as little engagement as possible, your body releases down. The back, the buttocks, and the ankles are getting stretched in this pose. The muscles around the rib cage dynamically engage as you deeply breathe in and out. So we're going to talk about the neck and the upper arms in this pose. The neck is relaxed while the spinatus capitis and the splenius cervicis stretch. Some of these words, guys. The posterior deltoids slightly stretch while the shoulders internally rotate. The arm muscles are passive and the forearms, they're pronated, and this allows you to actually rest your hands on the mat next to your legs, okay? Now I will talk about a variation of this pose as well. The torso, we're talking about the spine is in a slight flexion and the spinal extensors stretch with presence and awareness on the breath. Okay, small, deep muscles of the spine wall, or the spine will stretch. Okay, so you're talking about this pose is truly about coming into presence with ourselves and with our breath. Okay. So the thigh and the lower legs, your quadriceps, your gluteus maximus stretch as you relax and release deeper into the pose. You release all the muscles in your legs. And at this point, the dorsiflexors may be stretching while your feet are resting in plantar flexion. And we talked about that. That is when your feet are straight like this, not back like this. Okay, so your feet are going to be straight like this. Your alignment. The body is compressed and the weight is releasing down in this pose. This is really truly a relaxation pose. Okay? Drop the head to allow your forehead to rest on the floor or a bolster or a blanket. Okay, a variation of this pose is wide-legged child's pose. And I'm just going to say it, guys, this is the one that I always practice. Whenever they say go into child's pose, I immediately go into wide-legged child's pose, okay? Because it is more comfortable for my body and it puts less stress on my lower back, right? This is what I mean when you're getting into these. You can try the variations, try the original poses, do what feels good for your body, because yoga is all about connecting with the body and feeling good about where we're at, okay? This allows more space for the torso and will bring your hands forward, so you'll stretch your hands up instead of laying your hands down. This is a common resting pose in between sun salutations or when needing to take a break during practice. So like if you've overworked your body and you're just like, I cannot do another pose, or I can't hold that pose that they're asking me to do, a way to still stay present with the class is to come into child's pose and rest until you can gather up the strength to continue with the practice, okay, which we've all done. I have done this many times. When I was dealing with injuries, I used child's pose as a way to make sure I was still on the mat and still getting some strength strengthening, some strength training, so that I could really build back up to where I needed to be, so that I could practice a full class, right? Before I was struggling, I would get like 10 minutes in and I would be like, I gotta go to child's pose. I'm aching, I'm hurting, my muscles are burning, like I had no strength, and it was just because I had such a series of injuries from the last year, okay? So just know there's no shame in going into child's pose when you need to. It's there for you guys to reconnect with your body. Let's see. Child's pose can be a true opportunity to relax your muscles, to rest and focus on breath, as well as access a primal sense of safety. You can use this pose as a place of rest and rejuvenation between poses, okay? So we're going to go a little bit further into it. The headrest, right? We're putting our head on the ground. The neck has the job of holding up this boulder all day. A whole whopping 11 pounds, okay? I don't know if that actually differs from person to person. I've always heard it was 11 pounds, so I don't know if that actually differs. I mean, I could imagine it probably does. But anyways, we'll just say an average of 11 pounds. How about that? It is this that keeps the neck, or that keeps the nervous system, right? The nervous system on slight alert, because it's always active. Our neck is always active. Letting these muscles in your neck and your head completely relax lets the nervous system know, hey, it's okay to turn off. You don't have to be all crazy on all the time, 1,000. Let's take a step back and be okay. And you have the intercostal muscles. These muscles are crisscrossed and layered, kind of like the ab muscles. Okay, and the external intercostals engage to help you inhale, while the internal intercostals engage to force the exhale, right? These are the muscles that help us breathe. Not necessarily the lungs. These are what are engaging as we're breathing, right? Because the lungs is where our breath is, but these are what are engaging to help that breath move, stay fluid and dynamic. The innermost intercostals help stabilize the ribs. Feel this dynamic movement of your ribs as you inhale and you exhale. Those muscles are working. Cool, huh? Okay, the fetal position. It may evoke comfort as it is reminiscent of being in the womb. In the fetal position, most of the joints are in flexion. And this also protects the abdominal muscles from harm. In this comforting position, you are free to watch the breath and move into presence. You see what I mean? Like, this is all about moving yourself into presence. And pressure points. You want to allow the body to release completely down, with the shins, the feet, the forearms, the hands, and the forehead all resting on the ground. If you struggle to get into child's pose, don't fret. You can use a bolster, you can use a block, you can use a blanket, you can use props to help you guys get into this shape, okay? It's not everybody's going to be that flexible to just get into it, okay? And that's okay, right? We talked about how our bone structures and our muscles and where we're at on our journey, it can all affect the way we look in a pose. And that's why you never want to compare your journey with another person, because you may have a structure within you that won't allow you to get into the pose like they do. Or vice versa. They may not have the structure that allows them to get into a pose like you do. So never judge another person, and more importantly, never judge yourself for where you're at on this journey, okay? So let's talk about the mudra. So today we're going to talk about Carlisvara Mudra, and it helps you regain charge of life's direction. Okay, I'll show it to you guys in a minute here. By getting control over your mind. This could be eliminating addictions over to heading down life for a more positive outlook, okay? Kala means time, and Ishvara means Lord or God. It is named after the Hindu deity Carlisvaram, or also known, it's a synonym to Shiva, right? So if you guys are familiar with the Hindu mythology and the gods and the goddesses and stuff, but I'm not going to get too far into that. And that's the ruler of time, right? This mudra aids in ridding oneself of procrastination, which I feel like we all need, helping to show the value of time to the practitioner. It helps by subduing the monkey mind that likes to jump between the past and the future. And it is also known as the mudra for monkey mind. Awesome, right? Well, we talked about the monkey mind while we've been on this journey. So why not get a mudra in here that's going to help us release the monkey mind? So when done with conscious breathing, it helps in opening clogged, I don't know what a clogged is, but it helps in opening clogged brain channels, bringing forth clarity of mind, enabling the ability to contemplate. And this is something that's so important for the journey, because we have to think about thoughts, metacognition. It's this idea that when we have a thought, we're thinking about where that thought came from, why is that thought relevant, why, what, it's like the where, why, how, what, and when, all these things. It's like really observing why these thoughts are coming to us, and are they even beneficial to our journey, right? And that's why this mudra is so important for you guys. These thoughts get mitigated, and the brain slows down between each thought, which aids in resolving various psychological issues, right? So again, we're slowing the monkey mind. We're slowing down that idea that we have to be perfect or that we are what we think we are and all these things. And that way we can start to like really pick and choose what we want to think, right? And we can see those thoughts for what they are, the ones that may be controlling our everyday actions, okay? So let's talk about how to get in this, and then we'll talk about the benefits of it. So you guys are going to put your middle fingers together. I know we had one that was like this earlier, right, in the week, okay? But this is a different mudra. So you guys are going to put your middle fingers together like this. You're flipping people off on either side of you, and just be mad at the world today, guys. It's okay. So touch your middle fingers together, curl the rest of your fingers down, and bring your thumbs to touch. This is the mudra, right? And really, you can go down, you make a heart shape with it, and this is how you're going to practice. You're going to put it right here in front of your heart, in front of your midsection. You can put it up over your third eye, however you guys want to connect with it. Yeah, so you bring your thumbs down. Okay, so it's connecting your heart. This is like connecting your mind to your heart, your third eye to your heart. Okay, it's a good way to remember this. Okay, and it does work. I've been working with it. It does work. It's pretty intense mudra. Okay, so the benefits of Carlisvara Mudra is it brings serenity by helping to experience peace and calm the nervous system. It stimulates the Ajna chakra, which is the third eye chakra. We're talking about that today. Enhancing intuitive abilities and helping to shed the clutter of illusions. It develops adaptability, getting one used to and opening up to changing for a better self, helping to adopt new positive traits and leaving negative ones behind. It brings control over the senses and helping you to make wise decisions with the improvement of contemplative abilities, okay? We talked about that. It's important to be able to contemplate life, contemplate ourselves, contemplate, breath, contemplate movement, whatever it is. It's important to be able to contemplate. That's kind of what makes us different from other animals. One of the things, right? But no, the ability to actually ask about life and to be in that state of receiving answers for ourselves, because it is going to be different for each of us. Let's see. It improves concentration power by relaxing the nervous system and enhancing the ability to focus, thus helping to improve memory retention. Who doesn't want a better memory? It resolves psychological issues by helping to alleviate stress, anxiety, and depression. And this is one thing that I wanted to tell you guys along this. So I wrote it down here because I feel like just knowing that you're on this journey is a huge deal, right? And so this is for those of you guys that are trying to be perfect on this journey. Take a step back. You don't have to be perfect. You need to do what works for you, okay? It is impossible to live a life as humans that do not make mistakes, that won't overthink, or that won't encounter problems. It's impossible. We're going to have these things happen. We all make mistakes. We all overthink, and we all encounter problems. Even I do, guys. Even I do, and even the spiritual guru that you guys are following online, even they do. Okay? It is these very human traits that give us reason to strive to be a better version of ourselves. Carlisvara Mudra is a wonderful tool to add to your journey of well-being, health, and spirituality. Okay? So we talked about the middle finger and how it's connected to Saturn, right? The middle finger is connected to Saturn. It brings patience and wisdom. And that's what being connected with our third eye is all about, us getting our wisdom and learning about our own innate tools that we possess to transverse this life. Okay, well, one of the things that came out that I thought was interesting, and I couldn't believe that I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's actually connected to our middle finger, is the Ouroboros ring. And if you guys know what that is, I'll explain a little bit about it. It's okay if you don't, okay? This symbol is the expression of unity of all things, material and spiritual. This idea, right? They never disappear. They perpetually change form in an eternal cycle of destruction and recreation. Okay, and this is an ancient symbol of alchemy. It is literally the snake eating its tail. It's this cycle. It's the circle of life. He envelops the whole world. There's a whole lot of stories on it, okay? It's likened to the biblical Leviathan, and it is found in many ancient myths around the world. So this is a story that kind of connects a lot of different ideas, religions, mythologies. It kind of is one of those central ideas that it stems from all of them, which is a very interesting and unique idea, right? It's just throwing it out there, guys, so you guys know. But if you're not sure, I will try to find a good picture to add onto this of the Ouroboros ring. Okay. This week, the videos are going to be a lot more integrative for editing. So usually I don't take so much time, but there's so much to cover in these, and I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what we're talking about, because I know not everybody knows about this journey. It was so weird. I tell you guys this, but it was so weird. I actually was talking to someone, and they were asking me about my project, which is this is my project, and I have a couple other projects going, and I just started explaining a little bit about this. And because I was all dressed to the nines for one of the chakras. This is back in the first week. I had a great conversation with the person. And when I told them about it, they're like, well, what is the chakra? And I was like, oh, you don't know what a chakra is? And I was a little bit shocked. Again, that idea that, well, I know what it is. I feel like everyone else should know what it is. And that's why, if you guys feel like I'm covering a lot of information that's very basic, this is why. It's because while this is a basic journey, it is also a challenge, because it's offering up new ideas for you guys to really connect with the center, right? But there are a lot of people who have no idea what this healing center is that we have within us, this wheel of life that's within us, right? It just kind of took me aback, because I was like, oh, you really don't know what it is. And that's weird, because it's something that I've been studying for so long. It's just like, it's kind of like people who study marine biology. I figure like they just know it, and they're so used to it, and they're so attuned to it, that when somebody's like, oh, well, what is that? They're like, oh, well, that's simple. And you're like, I don't even know what that is, and then they're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Not everybody knows what this is, right? So remember, that's why we're going over these simplistic things, is because it's to help give you guys a foot into your own innate healing system. So I want you guys to journal. I've got my journal here, of course. I bring it with me. I always have it, but get your guys' journal. Make sure you guys are journaling. And your question today for the third eye, we're on the third week, is it important for you to connect with and listen to your guidance, to the guidance of your higher self? And if so, why? And if it isn't, why? Like, why is it important? Why is it not important for you to connect with this higher being, this guidance system that we all have within us, okay? Awesome. Now, I want you guys to check out that 10-minute yoga practice on my channel. It's in a playlist already for you guys. Easy to access. No worries. You guys can just go ahead and get that. And it is 10 minutes long. I think the longest one is 15 minutes. But, I mean, if you guys can't put 15 minutes to your body health every day, or at least 3 times a week, you got to take care of the body. It's hard. It's a hard practice, but it's something that's worth it. You got to take care of the body, okay? I want you guys to try and meditate with this mudra, right? And we're going to put the fingers together and create a heart. Okay? And just for however long your meditation is, you use the same meditation that you guys got last week. That is perfectly okay. And the affirmation that I want you guys to work with today is, I open myself up to my imagination and the possibility of the world. Right? Because the third eye is all about us imagining a better life for ourselves. It's all about us imagining life, really. So I want you guys to really pay attention to that. And again, it's not about convincing yourself that this statement is true. This is literally about you guys spending time with this statement and finding out what it brings up for you, and then noting that in your journal with your journal entry today, okay? Okay, that's it, guys. I just want to make sure I got everything I was making sure here. Yeah, we've got everything for today. Day 19 is officially done. Just your journaling, your yoga, your meditation, and working with the affirmation, guys. I know it feels like a lot, but I promise you, this is worth it. You're worth it. This is self-care to the nines, guys. Take time to care for yourself, your body, your mind, and your soul. We're not just taking it down one avenue. We're touching on all bases within us, so that way we can heal ourselves as a whole. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. Hit a thumbs up button if this is resonating with you. Leave a comment down below. Let us know how you guys are doing on this journey. You're not alone. We're all here doing it. I'm doing it with you guys. This is my second time around doing it. It is pretty intense still the second time, so I feel you guys for sure. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you always know when the video does come out. I will always post whatever day I post on. It will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just for ease and convenience for everybody, okay? You guys, myself, and all around the board. Excellent. If you guys are interested, I will be releasing a tarot reading with this video today. It is not a requirement. It is just for you guys that are interested in the tarot journey. It is there for you. And I hope to see you guys there. If not, I will see you guys all back here tomorrow for day 21 and the last day of week number 3, guys. Let's get it. All right, so I love you guys. A beautiful yellow butterfly is flying by right now. We're in it. We're in it to win it, guys. I'm here with you. You're here with me. I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.